The NFL draft as we know it is expected to bring hundreds of thousands of people to the city of Pittsburgh in 2026. But nearly 80 years ago, in this building right behind me, it looked completely different. In 1947, the NFL was just 28 years old. There was only 10 teams, no television coverage, and football wasn't even America's favorite sport, baseball was. World War II had also recently strained their rosters, and the draft was far from a spectacle. It was a private, closed-door meeting.
So they're kind of sequestered in these offices in the Fort Pitt Hotel, downtown Pittsburgh, doing this draft, and nobody's there covering it. Nobody knows what's going on. It's only afterwards the news will begin to kind of leak out of who's your number one draft choice, what's going to happen.
But the craziest part was that the draft wasn't even supposed to be in Pittsburgh. It was originally scheduled for Chicago, however the meeting was moved because 2 of the league's 10 owners were already here for a game. So instead they met in the Steelers' offices at the Fort Pitt Hotel. They drafted 300 players over 32 rounds and it took 13 hours. And even then, fans didn't immediately know who was picked.
It's very secretive because of the competition with the All-American Football Conference. After the draft, Art Rooney Sr., the owner of the Steelers, doesn't even tell people who he's drafted because every player that they've targeted is also going to be targeted by this competing league. So they want to hold on to information. They want to have a chance to negotiate and sign players, and they're trying to do it in an environment of almost secrecy. So some teams release their draftees, but the Steelers actually held on to that information.
Why the secrecy? At the time, the NFL was competing with another league for players, and teams feared their draft picks could be stolen. Players also weren't celebrities either, and many chose different careers entirely. Fast forward to 2026, and instead of 10 owners in an office, Pittsburgh is preparing to welcome hundreds of thousands of fans. The draft will stretch across multiple days, and television cameras will broadcast it worldwide. And here's another twist. Pittsburgh didn't just host an early draft, it helped invent the modern one.
So the things you see today, the worst team picks first, all the way back to the least, that's all figured out here in Pittsburgh in 1935. It's born here. And that really comes from people like the chief, Art Rooney Sr., the owner of what was then the Pittsburgh Pirates, now the Steelers, recognizing that he's losing money and he's losing games. And if he's going to stay in this business and survive, he's got to have some opportunity to get some of the better players to come to Pittsburgh.
So as you make plans for the draft, remember Pittsburgh isn't just hosting it, it's showcasing how far the game and the city have come. Reporting from the Heinz History Center, I'm Robert Fornataro.